Hola guys and girls, and welcome to a new announcement for a new league and a new draft and a whole new thing all over again. You know the drill with league stuff by now, but this is a kind of special league because this is ABC Season 2. If you are longer around on my channel, you probably still know that ABC stands for what this is. This is an ABCAB league actually, and if you are not that long around from my channel, you know probably what ABCAB is because I hosted already an ABCAB tournament as my 1K special. But for all of you who have no idea what ABCAB is, what you're doing, Lars, what is this league all about? What is the special thing? So, ABCAB is all about it's a new basically tier, like a new original meta of the month. Basically, it's kind of something like that. But it was created or basically started by Done Deal. Link to the stuff in the description. Same like all the rules regarding ABCAB, stuff like that. And basically the whole thing around ABCAB is that every mon gets each ability and each move with the same starting ladder as its own mon. So basically Mew, as example Mew, because it starts with M, it gets like abilities like Magic Guard or Magic Bounce or Magnet Pull. And moves like Mag Punch, Mystical Fire, all this stuff. Like basically that's the whole thing around that. There are some bans and rules on tag, like not every mon can have Pure Power, Wonder Guard is banned overall, and stuff like that. So keep some stuff in check. It's a very fun tier, a lot of broken stuff in that. But we gotta at least have some fun in it and just like die to Pure Power. I don't know, something. Huge Power Heracross. Stuff like that. Some stuff is just too insane, so we have some rules in that. But yeah, we have this league with 7 of my friends. I actually created this league. Season 1 was made by Kondo. And now I am in charge of Season 2 because I just thought, let's have a Gen 7 league. Yes, all Gen 7 mons are in that. And yeah, let's have some fun with ABCAB. So yeah, everyone drafts 9 months, like you can already see here. I'm with 7 friends, so only 8 people. It will be 7 weeks after the playoffs. Probably we still discuss it if you want to have playoffs or just have the first guy winning. But yeah, this is my draft, and let's start with my first pick. My first pick was my favorite mon in ABCAB. It was already part of my ABC Season 1 squad, which is Archeops. Archeops has insane stats with 75 HP, 140 attack, 65 in both defenses, 112 special attack, and 110 speed. The big thing why Archeops sucks is its ability Defeatus, which is only its usual ability. In ABCAB, I can change that to very nice abilities, be it Error 8, be it Adaptability. These are the 2 main ones, and Adaptability Archeops hits like a truck. Be it its regular move with Head Smash and stuff like that, and it gets some nice new moves with like Excadrill or Aeroblast as the main ones I have. Like you can see on my GFX thing I created. Like the main ones I will are having there, but of course there's way more stuff you can do with that. It can run physical, you can run special with 112 special attacks there. It gets like stuff like Heat Wave, Aurora Beam because that's A and stuff like that. But yeah, very nice mon, can going both ways, especially offensive or physically offensive, very speedy with 110, and yeah, basically my favorite one because adaptability Axel Rock, that sounds like fun. We are using that. So yeah, not too much to talk about it. Basically just my favorite mon, very offensive, very strong, and yeah, one of the main threats in the ABCAB meta game. Obviously we don't know anything about Gen 7 ABCAB meta yet, but we are here to find stuff out about this. Next up, because ABCAB is such a tier full of broken stuff, you need some checks to that. And like there's insane amount of setup in ABCAB, be it like a Shout Smash Sylveon, stuff like that, like simple Sword Stance. So many mons get setup moves because they have the according letter to that. And I want to have some answer to stuff like this. And one of the big answers to that is, for example, Thunderous Incarnate. You don't know what Thunderous Eye does. Great mon already without even all the ABCAB stuff. But with the main thing why I want to have the second round and it is an answer to setup moves is because of Prankster Topsy-Turvy. An opponent sets up, I just Prankster Topsy-Turvy it, and it's instantly no threat anymore. It's gone. That's basically all that matters. But that's the only thing Thunderous does. It gets no Tail Glow. Thunderous with Tail Glow. Can you imagine how powerful that is? With Technician for hidden powers if needed. If I don't run to one Prankster, it is. Or Tinted Lens if I want to hit extra hard with my Electric Stab or Hidden Power Flying. Something like that. Yeah, Prankster Thunder Wave, of course, it still has that fast electric type. Can go both ways once again. So my 2 first picks, both weak to rock sadly, but both very offensive, and I love that. yeah, hyper offensive is most of the time the way to go in ABCAB, because the offensive checks are just so, the offensive threats are just so threatening that you barely can check them with like defensively. So I'm glad I got another great offensive threat of the ABCAB with Thunderous Eye, and partially an answer to setups, well, the main answer to setups Sweepers, barring I have like extreme speed or something like that, which can out-prioritize my Topsy-Turvy. But because other than that, out-prioritizing the 111 speed set is very difficult, and yeah, may happen, but Topsy-Turvy is just very great ability. Very great ability to have on Thunderous. And yeah, next up we got one of the big mons of my last season squad as well. Great mon overall in League format. Many of you will be surprised how it can drop to round 3, but that's because it's ABCAB and it's not regular draft. There are way more other things which are more meta than this one, and it's Manaphy! You all know what Manaphy does, base 100 overall stats in each of these fine stats. Pure water type, and the things that this thing gets with M are great. First, the big thing this thing gets with M is reliable recovery in Milk Drink and Magic Guard. Magic Guard, Milk Drink, Manaphy is such a great defensive mon and bulky mon just to set up on stuff. Of course, it still has Tail Glow and all the coverage it already has with Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Scald, Ice Beams, all this good stuff, and it gets even more coverage with M, like Mystical Fire, Moon Blast, Moon Guy's Beam, all this good stuff. It can give it potentially Motor Drives to get rid of its electric weakness and make it into immunity, which can actually boost its stats. And yeah, Manaphy was actually more used of a defensive mon on my part last season, because just defensive Manaphy with Milk Drink just stops so many things with Magic Guard, and I could still set up with Core Mind or Tail Glow accordingly. So yeah, I want to have a bulky water type. Manaphy it's basically the best bulky water type, especially in ABCAB, and yeah, so I decided to get it, because Manaphy is Manaphy, and yeah, we're using Manaphy. I want to use Manaphy so badly in regular league format, so yeah, it's definitely on my list for GBA, but I got it here once again, and yeah, hopefully I can put it somewhere. Next up, we got actually my first Gen 7 mon, because look at right here, like 3 mons and non-Gen 7 mon. What are you doing in your Gen 7 draft? Like, don't you want to use new mons? And yes, I want to use the new mons. I want to use the Wally, and we decided to make the Wally. Each type basically is an own mon. I don't have to, like, this is the Wally Dragon, if you don't see it on screen already and you can't read. This is the Wally Dragon, and I don't have to run the Dragon Plate, whatever thing on it. It doesn't have to have the RTKS system or whatever it's called thing to be Dragon type. It's the Wally Dragon. It will always be a Dragon type, 95 overall stats. I can give it a life up, I can give it an assault test, I can change the ability. It will always be the Wally Dragon. That's the thing in ABCAB. There are some more mons which you can change forms on, kind of like Rotom. But Rotom you can change form like that. But yeah, there's some other mons you can change the form of without having to worry about. And these types, the Wally is one of them. Pure Dragon typing, because first I thought the Wally Fairy would be like great, because it gets Slack Off, reliable recovery and stuff like that, and having a fairy with 95 overall with some nice stuff like Serene Grace, Sheer Force, like Serene Grace Sacred Fire. Can you believe that? Serene Grace Sacred Fire? A Sacred Fire, it always burns. That's all. That's awesome. That's one of the big combos you can do with S. S is actually one of the best 3 letters, I would say, you can have in ABCAB, because it's just like S is. There's so many moves with S and so many great abilities with S. S is the main letter you want to have a good mon in ABCAB. I decided to give this one to the Wally Dragon, because the Wally Fairy, like I said, was my main choice, but it doesn't get any Fairy stab. I would have to run the Plate and multi-attack if I want to have a Fairy move, so I decided to go with Dragon, because it actually gets Spatial Range. And having a more defensive mon with the Wally Dragon, 95 overall stats, is not that good offensively, but very great defensively. Having the Dragon Titan, which has so many resistances, is insane. It's gonna be great, especially like S has basically all the hazards. I have Spikes, Stealth Rock, Sticky Web. The only thing I'm missing is Toxic Spikes with S, but this is basically S is the hazard set ladder, the best basic you can get, and that's why I want to have a more bulky S-mon, and the Wally Dragon is looking very bulky. Like having a pure Dragon type with reliable recovery, like remember, just think about Goodra or Druddigon with having a reliable recovery, and they would be insane. That's why I decided to use the Wally Dragon is the Wally type I want to go with. And now I can start building my Fairy Dragon Steel Core, as well as my Fire Grass Core with Manaphy. And yeah, next mon, like I said, I have 2 mons weak to rocks, and yeah, no hazard removal yet. I don't have a mon with D, I don't have a mon with R, and Archeops gets defog, but of course it doesn't. If you have a mon with these stats and these abilities and these moves, you don't want to put defog on that. You have like other things you want to put on that. So I want to run hazard remover, and one of the most reliable hazard, or one of the best hazard remover in the game is of course Excadrill. Excadrill does not get much, if not anything, through ABCAB. It only gets one thing through ABCAB, which is great, which is Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed on Excadrill is very, very threatening. With 135 attack stat, it's very insane. You all know what Excadrill does in standard play, being a Mold Breaker. With probably the ability I run the most on this, because like the best E-abilities are like Electric Surge, Effect Spore, Early Bird, stuff like that. So yeah, it will probably Mold Breaker be most of the times, which is a very nice ability still, because I can Mold Break like Fur Coat Flygon, for example, or stuff like that. And yeah, all these Fur Coat, Fluffy mons, I don't have to worry about that with Mold Breaker. And yeah, and move-wise, it's the same. It gets Extreme Speed Explosion, like all the other E-moves, like Earthquake it gets already. And yeah, like it does not get much for ABCAB, but what it gets just makes it even better, and so definitely worth my pick. And it's one of the hazard removal of the team, because yeah, like I said, 2 months weak to rocks, you definitely want some hazard removing, and Excadrill is great in that. Next up, we got another mon, which you can't pick like that in any other league, because it's once again a different form of a mon, which you can't use regularly, and which is the Mantenzen mode. The Mantenzen mode. I definitely want the Manten, be it Manten or Mantenzen mode, because first of all, it's a fire type, so it fits my water, fire, grass core I want to build. And look at these stats: 140 special attack, 105 HP, 105 in both defensive. Very bulky, very strong, and sadly very slow. But yeah, if you put on that mon the D ability Desolate Land, it gets immune to water, losing one of its weaknesses, and its Fire Blast will hit like a truck, or its fire moves in general. I can use Solar Beam without having to worry about recharging. Desolate Land, it's such a great ability on this. Even before Gen 6 with Drought, this and Standard Manten was such a big threat to their teams because of the sun-boosted fire moves. But Desolate Land makes it so much better. If I bring it, it probably will just be Desolate Land. Like, not many other abilities are better on this thing. It can get out, of course. There are like Disguise, like you can see here, which would be nice for like getting a defog off maybe, because D is the defog move, so Mantenzen can run defog. Move-wise, there's not too much to talk about with D, like Scans have like Draco Meteor, Dark Void to put for monsters to sleep, but most of the times we'll just use the Solar Beam or the Fire Stab in the Desolate Land. The opponent will have to run Delta Stream or Primordial Sea or like Cloud9 or something like that to counter this thing. Other than that, it will just destroy things. Sadly, it's weak to rocks once again, but yeah. Looking at my mons so far, I'm still very offensive. I'm very, very offensive. Like, Manaphy and Wally are kind of my only bulky mons, and I want to have another bulky mon. I want to have a fairy type. One guy in our draft started like grabbing all the fairy types around. I don't know what he was thinking. He has like 4 fairy types or something like that. And yeah, so it was typically getting an own mon, so this time I will actually draft a mon kind of like Excadrill, which basically gets nothing or very little through ABCAB, but is in general a very good mon in draft format, which is Fable. I got round 7 Fable. Yes, you see that Fable getting way earlier in other drafts, but in this draft it drops to round 7 because through ABCAB it basically doesn't get anything. It gets Contrary, Corrosion, but Unaware and Magic Guard are so good abilities, you'd never change the ability on Fable if you're on ABCAB. And moves, like the best moves it gets are I think Cotton Guard, because Cotton Guard Fable, that sounds very disgusting, and Clear Smog to like make them not set up on you. But with Unaware, that's not big of a problem. Like, Unaware mons are very good in this form, because like I said, setup mons are a huge problem. That's why Unaware Umbreon, Unaware Uxie are very good mons. There we go. I was looking for another adjective, but yeah, the struggle of not being native English speaking, and you always use good. But yeah, Fable, you know what Fable does. It's great in League format. Unaware, Magic Guard, very good abilities, decent bulk, a lot of coverage you can run. It's a pure fairy type. Like I said, it's Fable, like not too much to block it. It doesn't get anything fancy new through ABCAB, like Contrary, Close Combat. I don't know, it gets Cosmic Power already, and Close Combat won't hurt that much from a Fable, so yeah. Fable! Woo! We use Fable. Next up, I want more hazard removal. I so far only have Defog Manten, which I probably won't use because weak to rocks, and then we have Rapid Spin and Excadrill, so I wanted an Armon, and I decided to get one of the Rotom forms, and I think the best Rotom form to get in ABCAB is Rotom Mo, because if I don't run Levitate, this thing gets borrowed by that the least. I mean Rotom Fan basically as well, but I want to have a Grass type for my Fire, Water, Grass core, which I've now finished with. And I finished my Fairy Dagger Steel core as well with Fable. So there you go, 2 cores finished, and Rotom Mo. R is such a good ability. It's one, like I said, R and S are basically 2 of the best letters. P is the other one, I would say, with Parental Bond, Protein, Pure Power, stuff like that. But these 3 letters are basically, I think, the best ones in ABCAB. Then comes like stuff like M and T and stuff like that. But yeah, R, very nice ability. Every mon with R gets Regenerator, gets Recover, Rapid Spin, Roost, all this good stuff. And having a Rotom form with Regenerator is so nice. First of all, Hazard Removal, a reliable one with Rapid Spin. It gets Regenerator, and it's basically a bulky Tornadus T, and it gets Staff Volt Switch. Of course, Will-O-Wisp and all this good stuff. Rotom-O. It's basically my favorite of the Rotom forms. You can run an ABCAB. Rotom Wash is the obvious choice because it's the best in OU, but if you don't have Levitate, it's weak to ground again. This Stick Ain't, it's at least neutral to ground. And yeah, that's why I have Rotom-O. Very good mon. I like it a lot. Reliable Hazard Remover, Will-O-Wisp stuff. I mean, you know what Rotom does. And it gets like reliable recovery and regenerator through R and Rapid Spin. So yeah, what can you ask more for on the Rotom? Rapid Spin Rotom, that would be insane on the OU ladder. And last but not least, kind of like Excadrill Fable, I just chose a mon, which is great on its own. Because, and it doesn't get many things through ABCAB, but it's still a great mon, which is Greninja. And yes, this is Protein Greninja. Because there's so much broken stuff around, we still have Protein Greninja around. And yeah, Protein Greninja in League format, actually in round 9. I have no idea why this dropped so low. Like, Protein Greninja is probably like, if it's allowed in the league, it's definitely going into the first round. But yeah, people kind of just basically oversaw it because it doesn't get anything with ABCAB. Like, the best thing it gets is like Giga Drain. Like, you will run Protein on this. I could run Battle Bond at some point, to be fair, that's allowed. But yeah, Giga Drain is like the best coverage it gets, but it got Grass Knot already, so yeah, like, it doesn't get much from ABCAB, but Protein Greninja is so insane in ABCAB. Like, Protein in general on fast mons, like, with so much coverage this thing gets, and it gets even more coverage through ABCAB. I mean, not Greninja, of course, but other mons with P. And yeah, it's so fast. It's pretty frail, but it's so fast. Can so many do things. Actually, can set up spikes and toxic spikes as well. So I get a lot of Hazel settled on my team. And yeah, Protein Greninja. Like, that's the reason it's banned into OU, and yeah, that's the reason it's allowed right here, and that's because I will use it, or so I can use it. But yeah, this is the whole team. We got Archeops, Thundurus Incarnate, Manaphy, Wally, Dragon, Excadrill, Mantenzen, Cliff, Fable, Rotom-O, and the Greninja. Let me know what you think about. One thing I want to do with all these mods is I want to name them after real people, like after you, basically the people watching right here. So I don't have nicknames set for anything. I already asked 2 times on Twitter, so they have like a head start if you also follow me on YouTube. But I mean, that's the thing. If you follow me on Twitter, you would, yeah, you would always have the advantage for the people who don't. So if you have Twitter, follow me. Link in the description. But yeah, what I want to do, basically, if you think like, oh, Greninja, that's me. I should be Greninja. Last name Greninja after me. Then let me know in the comments why you should be Greninja, or why you should be Wally Dragon, or Manaphy, or Excadrill, or whatever one of these ones. Just pick one and tell me why you should be one of these. And yeah. The best answer I will name after. I won't tell you in the comments if you are the best answer. You will have to wait to find out until I use the mon you chose. Don't choose multiple mons, only decide for one. If you choose multiple ones, I will just skip your answer. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, that's the way to go. Be excited for some matches. I will actually upload them because why should I do an analysis on YouTube if I don't upload the matches? It's more of the fun league, so not all the other coaches are uploading. I don't know if anyone, barring me, uploads. But yeah, it will be very fun one. Probably very quick because this is such a broken meta with so many offensive and great mons. But yeah, will be a lot of fun. I hope you will be enjoying the content. I will definitely enjoy playing them. And yeah, I will see you the first match around this weekend. Hopefully, versus Oddfan and his team. I have no idea what the team name is. Let me check this real quick. God damn it, wait on the Oddish Wanderers. There we go. Week 1 versus Oddfan and the Oddish Wanderers. Team is already prepared. And yeah, I will see you there. I hope you enjoyed. See you another time. Ciao.